Hi guys, welcome to lesson 2.5 where we learn about the product and quotient rules. These rules are huge for differentiating because I'm sure you've already had problems at this point where you had something divided by something or something times something and you had to simplify them to take the derivative, make it one thing. Well, these are the rules that allow you to take the derivative when you're multiplying functions or when you're dividing functions. So, first off, right here, here are your two rules. Your product rule is right here. Now, how I always memorized it was the first, here I'll take it over here, f of x, the first times g prime of x, derivative of the second, plus the second g of x times the derivative of the first, f prime of x. Now, let me show a little bit of a more visual way to memorize that, because you will want to memorize this. Let's look at example number 1. We have something, f of x, times something else, g of x. So we're going to label these the first and the second. So the first thing you're going to want to do is list what f of x is and take the derivative of it. So I'm going to start getting a little bit faster at these derivatives. I would take the 2 in front, which would give me 6, and then 2 minus 1 would be 1, so I don't need to write it. And then the derivative of the number would be 0. Then I have g of x, which is 2x plus 3, and take the derivative of that one. So that would be 2, magic 1 goes in front, and 1 minus 1 would be 0, so it would be x to the 0, it goes away, and derivative of 3 would be 0. Now, what this is saying, the first times the derivative of the second, plus the second times the derivative of the first. So another way you could think of is start over here at f of x, times, go across. So you're going to take f of x times g prime of x plus, now I'm going to start over here at g of x and go across. So plus g of x times f prime of x. That's the same thing as what we have up here. F times g prime plus g times f prime. F times g prime plus g times f prime. Now, you can simplify from there, but once again, we're in calculus, so we don't need to. You can end right there and be done. Now let's look at number 4. Let's do another product one. So here I've got f of x is going to be my first one, 3e to the x, and I'm going to take the derivative of it. So if I take the derivative of f of x, that 3 stays outside, and remember the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. So the derivative will actually be the same as the original. Now g of x is going to be my sine of x, and take the derivative of it. The derivative of sine is cosine. And now I do that pattern again. Start with the first, and I'm going to do the first 3e to the x times the derivative of the second, cosine of x, plus, now I'm going to start over here with the second, so sine of x, times the derivative of the first. Thank you, Sarah. And once again, we're in calculus, so we don't need to simplify. That's it. So that's your product rule. In the next video, I'll do the quotient rule.